Hey guys, it's Saturday afternoon. I'm going to show you how I do an oil change in my Hilux. So I got some supplies to do the service. We've got some diesel injector cleaner, got some oil, oil filter, and while I was down there I found this cool little oil filter removal tool, which I'm going to give a go today, see how it goes. I got an 8 litre drain bucket, and also just an old jerry can thing to throw the old oil in. The tools we need so far are just a 1/2-inch drive socket, which will also fit on there, little extension bar, and a 14 mil socket. And here we go. Just start by parking your car on a flat surface, and then we can start draining the oil. Right, we're just going to position our oil pan underneath the sump there, and we'll get in there and remove the bolt with the 14 mil spanner or socket, whichever you got. As you can see up there, there's the bolt that we want to undo. It's just a little silver one on the back of the sump. You can understand why I've got the extension bar on, because you can't quite reach it with without the extension bar. So I've just loosened the bolt off, and I'm just going to take the bolt out by hand now, and the oil should start flowing into the pan. So here we go. As you can see, the oil's just dripping into the pan. So we'll just move that back a bit, and just leave it for a bit while it drains out. Okay, with the hood up, we're just going to locate the oil filter, which is this guy here. We're just going to unscrew it and then replace it. Yeah, here we go. We're just going to unwind him. Try not to get too much oil everywhere. It's a bit hard to. Yeah, just pulling it off. Here we go. We're just going to remove the filter. Now you're left with that sitting there like that. Rightio, now with the filter off, we've got a couple of important things to look at here. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, you want to make sure that this rubber O-ring did come off with the old filter. And the second thing you want to do before you put the new filter back on, what you want to do is, out of your engine oil here, your new stuff, just dip your finger in and then just put a small film of oil around that seal just to help it not go on so dry. So there we go, she's all ready to go on. Alrighty, we're just going to go on and screw the new filter on. Just make sure that O-ring sits in that housing nicely. So we'll just slowly put it on, wind it on there. Right, you don't want to go too tight with this. You just want to get it on there and then just a little bit more of a turn, and that should be enough. Rightio, the most important part of the job is getting that sump bolt back on before you put the oil in. Yeah, as well as putting the sump bolt back in, just give it a bit of a wipe around the bolt when you're finished and got it in. That way you know if you've got any leaks coming out. And the thing I like to do with the sump bolt is, if you've got to think about how tight you want to do it, you're already probably as tight as it needs to be. Right, it's now time to fill the oil up. What I like to do is I like to use a filter. So it's just got a little gauze filter in there to make sure no contaminants can get into your engine. Alright, so once we've got to our capacity, which is 6.9 litres, we'll just pull the dipstick out and we'll have a look and see how she's going. So, see if I zoom in on that. Probably just need a little touch more. Right guys, we're here in the cab. I've just topped the oil up and I'm happy with the level. So what I do now is I jump in the cab and I do a couple of half key starts. So what we're going to do is just half turn it like that, just to get the oil flowing through, and then we'll give it a full start, and then we'll just let that sit for a bit and let it get up to operating temperature, and then have a look around if there's any leaks or anything, and address it as required. Rightio, just as we're letting it all warm up, we're just going to hang around here, clean up a bit, make sure there's no oil residue from where it's dripped or anything. Rightio, we got it up to operating temperature, had a look around, there's no leaks or anything anywhere, so I think it's job complete. So thanks for watching, guys.